Maybe Bob. Maybe Bob. Maybe Bob.
I feel like this isn't my head. It is. Smooth. What's the difference between those who go to sing in the chorus and those ordinary people in the world? I keep asking myself this question.
We monks always have a light mood, just like the wind. It's not as heavy as the ordinary people's. We have less stress and less worries.
On the top of the mountain, a temple is being built. Belief is a conversation with one's inner self. Contributions are only valuable when they are accumulated without intention.
At this point, you'll have a fundamental understanding of life itself. Your mind and your soul will be liberated. And it'll be a peaceful process. It helps you understand the world, instead of making you confused. I didn't know what was happening at first. Why did everybody take a brick in their hands? Then I understood, and I took some bricks myself. The feeling is great. Naturally, you will respect the Buddha and Buddhism. Near the tower, a temple was built, called Abhayagiri, with 5,000 monks. A hall was also built, gilded with gold and silver and decorated with other treasures.
After many renovations, although the Abhayagiri stupa does not reach its original height, it is still 75 meters higher than the surrounding trees. Faxian once lived here too, working and copying sutras with other monks.
Do you have straw hats? Now I've become a farmer. I worked altogether 10 hours at most in the field. There was too much sunshine. It was sunnier than India. So the first thing they do is to say sun safe. Then they can manage their inner self. It's too hot.
A vihara to store Buddha's tooth was also built and decorated with 7 kinds of treasures. Abhayagiri temple is where Buddha's tooth was stored in Anuradhapura kingdom. Faxian saw Buddha's tooth was always taken out for people to worship in March. Whether they believed in Buddhism or not, people gathered here to light lamps, burn incense, and for other ceremonies day and night. But crisis in the ardent and devout ceremonies was brewing.
There's a saying that whoever gets the Buddha's tooth will be king of the country. Because of the Buddha's tooth, a fierce civil war broke out in Sri Lanka. Historically, Sri Lanka was occupied by the Portuguese and Great Britain. Buddhism in Sri Lanka was also threatened by foreign cultures. In fact, today, everything about the festival of the Sacred Tooth was rebuilt using the record of Fa Xian. The king asked to erect statues of 500 forms of Gautama Buddha alongside the road. Some were in the form of Sujna, some were in the form of Sama, some in the form of the elephant king, and some in the form of deer and horse. Those were painted in color and like living creatures. Then came the Buddha's tooth, marching in the center of the road. It received tribute all the way to the Abhayagiri temple.
Sadhu, 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 sadhu.
In July and August every year, Sri Lanka holds its greatest festival, Festival of the Sacred Tooth. A few days before the festival, voluntarily and devoutly, the preparations begin in earnest.
Pave the road, clear the alleys, and prepare flowers, incense, and tributes.